Everybody get up, it's time to dance now. We're about to make some money. Welcome to the Space Jam. What's up, folks? Bitch. Bitch. All right, people. Let's this crap off. Welcome, everybody. This is my new setup. So something I was seeing here earlier today. This is the S&P 500. Let me take out my indicators. So let's go. Let's start off with monthly wise. Monthly wise, in the S&P 500, we have a 3 candle box strategy right here. Beautiful 3 candle box strategy. The way this 3 candle box strategy, I mentioned it before, is how your first candle is gonna mark your resistance. Your second candle is gonna mark your support, especially when they're in the range that hasn't been touched before, and you don't see other candles, whether it be a monthly here, a monthly closing here, somewhere here in the past, because then that's gonna act as a resistance support as this 3 candle box playing out. But when you have a 3 candle box strategy in a new all-time high area, or broken down, falling and closing and breaking and just forming in an area that also there's no other really candles, strong candles that's gonna interrupt it or whatnot. So this setup is beautiful. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, so either by the end of this month, we're gonna either end up exploding, or we're gonna close halfway here, and January is gonna be our make it or fucking bad earnings and whatnot, and come back down and go back down. That's why it's important when when the third candle closes halfway or not even halfway. That means that the third candle is gonna go for it. The fourth candle is gonna go for it. And what tends to happen is they'll complete, but if depending what time frame it is, this a month. So if let's say this month we end up closing December halfway below, that means that January, the first 2 weeks, probably the first week, second week, are gonna try to do this fake up or keep on going with this down pressure fake up. But pay attention to the second week, because what will happen is after the second week, that's when the real move will start continuing going or whatnot. And by then, you already be missing on the play. So the first 2 weeks are very important, where they are, where they close, how they interact, especially the second one. It's gonna tell you then where we're gonna go from there. Also, pay attention to the last one or halfway to the. So we're gonna get earnings. We're gonna start earning sometime this week. These weeks right here are your high weeks right here. So pay attention towards the end also of the third week and the fourth week, because then what we could do is, if we're in the downfall, then from there we could start picking on up, or we could the first 2 weeks get good earnings and whatnot, and towards the end of the third week getting bad and keep coming down. Pay attention to where this third candle closed right here, because that's gonna be your sweet area to go for a sell. The market goes back down, and that's if the Nasdaq closes halfway or below here, below this line right here, pretty much 26,600. Yeah, 25,600. Um, a red flag that I was getting from the just by watching the Nasdaq, even though the S&P was creating all-time highs, was weekly. This week we should have broken it. The fact that we formed a U, this is your cup and handle form right here. Cup and handle, whatever the fuck you call it. Here's your cup, there's your handle, and there's gonna either be your breaking point with fucking PAL, or we're gonna continue with this, and this cup and handle is gonna cancel out. And then coming January or whatnot, you're gonna struggle, maybe hit this shit right here and go back up at the end of January, mid-January, or we're gonna continue with this downtrend or whatnot. But this is why when the Nasdaq didn't break last week, I was like, but if you look at the S&P 500, it made a new all-time high. So you got the S&P 500 creating a new all-time high. You got the Nasdaq not even breaking 20 what is it? Not even breaking 25,700. Whereas like we struggled already 1, 2, 3. So that fourth week, that should have been your breakout moment. Just like the S&P broke out. So when I saw the S&P break out of here and create a new all-time high, but the Nasdaq was holding back, I was like, oh, okay, this is probably not gonna be it. This is not gonna be your rally move, Santa rally bullshit or whatnot. Otherwise, the Nasdaq would have fucking at least closed halfway in here, showing that excitement. This was showing me that there's gonna be some sort of pullback. So even though what was it, Thursday and Friday the market opened, but it didn't have that explosion and it held back. That's why I was like, oh, okay, it's probably gonna be some sort of pullback coming on up. And that's what we're seeing right now. And then if you look at the day today, how it opened, it did this, happy fucking all of a sudden push. I was like, nope, that's a fake out. That's a fake out. It's too early. That's what the, like that's what the dummies would fucking fall for and shit. That's what you fucking do the whole, hey look, it's going up and fucking it's four candle. No, yo, wait, Marcus. I wasn't gonna go for a sell, but I was updating all my graphs and whatnot, and I didn't want to get multitasking whatnot. What I'm waiting for to set up is another 3 candle box. Well, first of all, you have this monthly 3 candle box that's still on play, so I'm keeping close eye on the Nasdaq. And the way I'm doing that is this how I set it up. This right here is telling me this is your monthly 3 candle box support area. And this is after the government opened. So that was very bullish going above here. And this is the resistance of the monthly 3 candle box right there. So seeing how we close where the S&P 500 was fucking somewhere up here, I was like, nah, I don't believe that, buddy. We're gonna fucking continue going and on. And then we opened with this fake push on up the market had. And I was like, nope, right. It's right underneath the 1 hour candle Fibonacci. Also, your 50 Fibonacci is all the way up here. And you can see right on the 15-minute candle Fibonacci. So once I saw that too, I was like, nah, it's gonna go back down and it's gonna stay there, and the fear is gonna continue and whatnot. There was no news, and it's a common strat or tactic that banks, investors, hedge funds, banks, whoever the fuck control the market, do that shit or whatnot. So you would have gone right here, you would have gone for a buy right here. The market would have pulled back on an important fucking area. So now right here you have the monthly. So now the other thing I'm paying attention to is for this week with the S&P 500. Why? Because create a new all-time high, it's a new price. There's no other prices around it. There's no monthly, weekly around here. So what I see happening is that, my bad, this from here. What I see happening is that we're gonna close like this. We're gonna close like this on red. The Nasdaq is gonna close on red where it's at right now. And Tuesday, it's either gonna be, are we gonna go overnight, push over, or push up overnight, or are we gonna maintain this feariness as the Europe time zone opens and all that crap? And depending on Tuesday, because Tuesday's gonna be a key important how we close on Monday, how we open on Tuesday, and where we close on Tuesday, because that's gonna tell you a lot. Because it's gonna be the last pullback that they have, and that's where you're seeing silver and gold settling, and then and bringing them down to those positions. That's bringing every retailer even more scared, because now you're at a point where you're stuck in between the all-time high and a crucial breaking support region. So now you're really in a lot of options. Maybe you're fucking going long on this right here, thinking because the Fed and whatnot. Nope, nope. What I'm waiting for a three candle box to set up on silver, gold, um, the S&P 500 or the Nasdaq on uh preferably a daily, a 12-hour candle, 8-hour candle, a 4-hour candle. And weekly wise too. If this the Fed's gonna talk this week. So sheesh. So first I see the week, because every day the market just goes up and down. So if we're waiting, but then this week we got, I'm not sure what we have. That we don't have data on. I mean, we don't have crazy data after the Fed, right? Let me check real quick, folks. Market watch. Tuesday. Oh, so he talks tomorrow. Oh, okay. I'm pendejo. I'm fucking dumb. He talks tomorrow. He talks tomorrow. We got S&P 500K Schiller home price below. Let me see what one of my handy dandy ChatGPT says. Give me a second, people. Give me a second. Give me a second. Tuesday. Medium. Make sure you guys real quick what I'm watching. So what I do, I'll take a screenshot of Market Watch, tell ChatGPT to pretty much, in a way, tell me how what is the data that is more important for this week, why it's important, what it is, how it works. Let's see. How the market gonna react to it. Not saying that it is, but just to have a view of it, why it matters, all these extra details that you would normally ask somebody when you would get into trading or into the market. you don't know what this data means. You don't know what to look out for. When I first started on this shit, I was doing forex trading, so the whole U.S. dollar and the yen. So when the dollar would go up, I was going to buy, thinking, but then all this extra shit, so I couldn't really get. But then you would have data coming out in the morning that will move, the market or whatnot. So I had no clue about how the market data, good or bad, would react with the market. I would just think data good, market goes up, type of shit. Or the dollar went down, I would only pay attention to the dollar, and shit didn't would make fucking sense. Till I just kept on just learning by myself, using new tactics to the point where I then started using ChatGPT this last year and a half. I mean, I always been using ChatGPT, but this year and a half, I really put all the pieces together and whatnot. And so I go over here. So instead of like really um going for YouTubers or asking people, hey, so how do you think, what is this data? What does it mean? Or depend on the YouTuber to explain to me what the data is. I just like to use ChatGPT to be ahead of be ahead of everybody how they that gets into this market. Cause when they get into the market, you think about it. How many courses, whatever the fuck they are nowadays, and trading has been probably since 2008, 17ish, 16, 15ish, 12, 14ish, around there. So a bunch of these older gentlemen that were into day trading or in the market, they probably began doing courses. And for the people, when the internet came out and all this new way of day trading, doing forex on your computer, on your phone, a bunch of people began doing courses. And what I learned is it's all the same shit. Your support, your resistance. Um, it's pretty much 80% emotions, 20% fucking knowing your basic support, resistance, and whatnot. Like my ass, I'm the black sheep of the fucking family. Um, I was D's and F's in school, math, fractions, all that fucking shit. Um, I was on ESL, how they say ESL. But when it comes with the market, you guys, your boy's a beast. So what I want to check for tomorrow is how and what data is important, and how is good will it affect the market or whatnot. So we have, see, we have Tuesday. And this data is going to be medium. All right, so I don't really, I have it on mine, but I want to look for more impact. You got this right here. And then I think finally gonna be the Fed talking at 12, I believe. Yeah. Very high. So it's actually gonna come out in perfect perfect form. Low, medium, high. So even after the market reacts to this data right here, which I'm not gonna give a fuck about, because you still have from 7:45 in the fucking morning to 12 for the market to move. So the market isn't gonna go based off the freaking last data that came out, and because of the high, no, they're gonna fucking shake that off, and this is gonna be your fucking real money, your real mover or whatnot. Um, this right here is when you fuck up. When I used to fuck up, I would long before he talked. I would long at 10, 11 a.m. before he talked, because the market would, go up and this and that. And he's gonna come out, or he says something good at 12, but then at 12:30 or 12:15, if they do ask him questions, I think right here, I don't think they do. I think right here they just give the like a report, and that's what you gotta look for. The tone, concerns level, agreement or disagreement. What investors are looking for, how confident the Fed is about inflation progress, whether members discuss easing conditions, any. So that's what it's gonna talk about. It's gonna talk about how how they feel, pretty much how they feel, what the team, what the group thought about. So that's another thing too they gotta pay attention to. Also, if for whatever reason the market pulls back after he talks, I expect it to be fucking uh some sort of happy news, not news, data, and by good news I mean bad news. Whether it be the Fed's gonna say, "Yo, we don't, we want to be cautious. Shit doing good. We still don't think we're gonna cut rate cuts because of so and so," or if they hint of rate cuts and the market still drops, it's gonna recover over the nighttime and it's gonna be up on Thursday. And say like the market, pretty much the market's gonna shake up, um, just shake up fucking people because they know that certain people are gonna go based off the first thing that the Fed says. But then after he talks and the market drops, they're not gonna get it. Why is the market dropping if he said a good thing? Or it's gonna be the opposite. Either way, the market's gonna react the opposite way, or it's gonna scare you off. But by Thursday or Friday, it's gonna pick up again and close in the same area. Um, and if it doesn't, we'll be waiting for next week. And if next week we got a high important packed fucking week or day, that's what, and it's bad, and it's has a lot of like October data or just important data, and it's bad. That's what's gonna bring the market back again to the same area. We're gonna leave off where we were just fucking yesterday. Or not pick up that crazy much, but we're gonna be back to the bullish sentiment or whatnot. And even though that Santa rally didn't happen, this is gonna start forming that. But then again, also what I'm being cautious about is the whole Venezuela thing. Because if he goes to war, it's gonna put fear in the market, which is gonna bring gold and silver back up flying. So he has to be careful when he mentions this shit, especially if he wants to brag about how the end of the fourth quarter, how his economy ended up creating a new all-time high and blah 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 all this shit. So he has to be careful when he's gonna mention anything about attacking Venezuela. Um, and that's gonna make fucking silver and gold fly again or whatnot. Especially if the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq didn't create a new all-time high by the end of the year. Then you're gonna see gold like, yo, we didn't get our Santa rally. We're about to fucking go to war. Especially he keep tweeting or poking the bear. You gotta see gold and silver create support where they're right now. You're gonna see silver create support in the 60, 70 region or whatnot, and then start consolidating just like it did way back, maybe like a month ago, 3 months ago, where gold and silver were just consolidating. The first time they created a new crazy all-time high, they came back down. They were there for a couple of weeks, I think like 2 weeks or so, a week and a half, and then they went up again and created a new all-time high. So that's why, even though the Fed says whatever they said, you still gotta remember that there could be a black swan, and that black swan could be fucking Venezuela. It could be China and Taiwan, some sort of shit or whatnot. So, and then again, the Nasdaq and the 3 monthly candle is what's giving me that red flag. Is what's giving me that caution. It's giving me that caution since last week. Since last week, the Nasdaq was giving me that red flag. It's like, hey, buddy, we didn't create a new all-time high. The S&P 500 is fine. The Fed is talking next week, so we're gonna get some sort of pullback, or it's gonna start breaking. But I don't see a breakout happen. I couldn't see a breakout happening because of the uncertainty. If you're gonna talk tomorrow and you want to go high, and that's something we retailers would do. We would fucking start. We would fucking go. Oh yeah, look, he's gonna talk tomorrow. I'm gonna buy Facebook. I'll go options for a call. This is that because he's gonna talk tomorrow, and this is the good bottom right here, or from here. And what's gonna happen is with this downfall, this is when people are making their positions. They're going long for S&P. They're going long for gold. They're going long for silver. Well, that's what they're doing right here, and a bunch of them are gonna fucking go take advantage of that and go for make puts put. Mhm. You can see we got support right here. See, and that's where before the market opened right here too. So, what you want to stay to be bullish, you want to stay in between these two. This is before the market opened. I mean, this is before the government opened, and this is after the government opened. Key price areas for the market. If you notice after a drop, that's area that has a hard time breaking above and staying inside of. Look how it creates support above it. So that's what I'm saying. It needs to stay in here so it can have that bullishness happening. But if by tomorrow tonight we start breaking below this, it's gonna be damn, it's gonna be. I wish it was a three fucking candle box, but they're not, man. That's what I'm waiting for. Either for silver, gold, and having a double top. That's no bueno too. So that's very interesting how that's working or playing out. Yeah, that's what it's gonna do. I try and scare you guys with all my boxes. 1 hour candle Fibonacci still rejecting. So I wouldn't go in right here for a call or put day trading and whatnot, just because first of all, there's no three candle box and the market barely opened too, and the market's just gonna be cautious. There's no way the market's gonna fucking break on up and then close here and then have some sort. No, we're gonna stay there. We're scared. We're scared. We're scared. We're scared. What does it say? What does the bullshit say? S&P 500 poised to rise for an eighth straight month and third. Month, third Friday, occurred Friday trading high. However, it's still been a solid year for the S&P closing high with traded blah 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 blah. Rising. S&P 500 is rising. Fuck with that. So that's this way. I also have these lines. They mark down where the daily close, where the monthly candle close, where the weekly candle closes, and then I break them out into segments. For example, from here to here, you have your box right here. Depending where the weekly, daily, 12-hour candles are or whatnot, and then from there I can see. All right, cool. We got stuck inside of this box, and we got dailies and 4 candles lines all across. And based on where the closing and what time it is, I can see like, okay, cool. And then plus with my handy dandy indicator right here, what tells me where's your cushion for each time frame. So as the market goes down, it's gonna tell me, hey, there's cushion area right here. If we hold here and stay above this, we're still in a rally phase. Also on top of that, if you're a day trader, it's like here was your entry to go for a trade. For example, if I go smaller, I get a better, for example, 4-hour candle. So you see how when the 4-hour candle right here, 2 hours left. So we're either gonna create support in this region here. What is the time? 8:45. So 8:45 to 9:30, the market needs it doesn't be 400 needs to sustain inside of this box right here, which is 25,513 to 25,580. So it can sustain that bullish momentum and whatnot. Also, because you have a 2-hour candle 50 Fibonacci right here, and you have a 15. Also, this is where in the higher time frames, the weekly trend line was going down. So the fact that we're going below that weekly trend line, watch, let me show you what I mean by that. This weekly down trend line that we have. So the fact that we below that too is also what's giving me another like feeling that, buddy, see forward candle, see, we need to be here at 8:45, 9:30 to still have this bullish momentum going and close here for the day. And if we close here, what's gonna happen is we're gonna create a resistance right here. My indicator in the 1 hour time frame is telling me like, yo, buddy, there's resistance right here. That's why I have this box right here instead of this box. Tell me, hey, when the market breaks through this, it's gonna act like resistance. So be careful. So that's why when it gets inside of this major box, this is my resistance box right here. And then from there, depending what time it is, like, okay, we're gonna break through it, close inside of here, and then continue with the next move on up. You go to the 50-minute candle. Also, what to show me bullishness, I want these green lines to start breaking them up through here. So if I go to the 5 minutes, you see how the green lines are right underneath all these? That's telling me there's still a bearish sentiment going on. The market's still going down. Let me show you why those green lines are important. You see right here, when these green lines are above all of them, are telling me there's a rally. The rally's still going. Once these green lines start going underneath, that's telling me that we're about to go down, and that's where you see them here. Then go above, and they go down, and after that, you can see them they just stay underneath the whole time. Especially when you're like in the smaller time frames and they're still underneath. That's telling me that we're still gonna continue with this down movement and whatnot. So even for the fact that I'm here in the 5 and 15s and the 5 and 15s are still weak as fuck, that's telling me that this push on up isn't gonna be that strong. The market is scared at this moment. I thought the Fed's gonna talk on Wednesday, but it's actually talking on Tuesday, so it makes sense why the market's acting this way right now. They're positioning themselves. Some are selling, some are going in, some are standing back. I'm fucking standing back. Now for the S&P, let me see if I find anything yet. Damn it, crazy! This month just boom pulls back. Sheesh. It's a weak fucking bitch. Close here for the day. The other one's gonna open here. It's gonna be on Tuesday. Tuesday's gonna, or we're gonna go keep on going down. Damn. I'm playing. We're gonna close here on red. We're gonna close here on red. Tomorrow we're gonna open. Well, we're gonna open at 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or whenever the fucking futures open again. And we're either gonna maintain below. We're probably gonna maintain below 6,925 and way below that. I want to say we're gonna have a pull down. I want to say we're gonna have a pull down, and tomorrow you're gonna see the day on Tuesday closing down here. And I'm pretty sure that we have a cushion right here, especially because it's obvious you got a fucking thick ass resistance zone right here. So watch. Yeah, see? Right there. Right here. That's what we currently are right now. And we're gonna close here. And then through the nighttime, we're gonna stay below this, get stuck here, and either go down or just pushing this price right here. 6,925 just below this. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Either you're gonna talk tomorrow and the market's gonna come down and close right here, stop right here. Yup. That's what is gonna fucking happen. Now what I'm looking for, oh, 3 candle blocks. No, no, right there. We're gonna end the market. Yeah, the market's gonna end fucking on red. Nasdaq. Yeah, they're gonna have they both of them have the same structure in their candles. That sudden breakout through all these right here. The holding the fourth candle on this one right here, and then just having that weight gone down. The Nasdaq and S&P are in the same way, and that's why I can see them tomorrow breaking on down, and the Nasdaq hitting this region right here, and it's gonna be like a whole and it's gonna bring us back below or to the same area where before the government opened, and it's gonna be that whole um some sort of panic or whatnot, because if he says good shit, the S&P create a new all-time high. Silver and gold probably create a new all-time high or go back to where they were just today. And then we're gonna rally from there. Like we're gonna rally in January, earnings are gonna come. We're gonna just keep skyrocketing. Or we're gonna have a pullback, and then once coming to earnings, either is gonna keep us in that bearishness, especially because we're gonna have banks coming out on I believe on the second week of January or first week, and they're gonna come out with the credit reports, and this is once these credit reports start hitting back up again. So either earnings are gonna save us, but then is the Venezuela thing. That Venezuela thing. He's gonna use it as he's gonna either probably over the weekend or I believe he has Venezuela as his card and maybe Iran as another card. And if he does Venezuela, it's gonna be Venezuela, China, Russia on his ass. So if he does make those moves, he has to be careful when he says it. It's like this guy's doing it on purpose. You will want to be friends with allies. You will want to more of a friendly but tough, not this arrogant me, fuck you guys. He's making America good again or tough again, but in a disrespectful way. Where after he leaves, everybody's gonna come in like fucking ah yeah. Or he's gonna have to stay in place for a long time. And he's gonna get more hate and start turning into a dictator where it's gonna cause more havoc in here. And it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be an interesting year. If this was his first year, this next year is gonna be more crazier. Especially when you have stakes high like this. When I mean stakes high like this, I mean the market, silver, gold, stocks in general. And the one that's giving me a bad warning right now was Bitcoin. That move right there. Because what crypto does is crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum will give you the signs first. So this is Bitcoin, and we had a 3 candle box. The third one ended up closing high. That means the third one is gonna fucking break and it has to shoot on up and complete it. But I also like to pay attention if it comes back down to go in on a sweet area. Your sweet area is gonna be where the third one closed. If it comes back down the fourth one, it's not that it's gonna test it again. No, no, no. It's gonna go down. I have to get the fourth one. The first, depending what time frame is that, it has to stay up. If it's depending what I know how to say it, but if it comes back down, especially like really quick, that's what's gonna tell you, hey, we're gonna come back down, bro. There's no reason for the fourth one to come back down and stay there. Whether it be the 4-hour candle stay there half of the time, 8-hour candle stay 1/3 of the time, 12-hour candle staying 4 hours to 6 hours. In that lower pressure is gonna tell you, hey, no, bro, we're gonna stay here. We're gonna keep it with this lower pressure. So this is what's giving me the ring the ding 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 to pay attention to the market or whatnot. Um, Also, Ethereum did the same shit. Yeah, Ethereum did the same shit, and also 3 candle bonks. Just the third one ended up breaking it up. Second one, fourth one continued. Also had that pullback on down. Same shit. XRP did the same shit. I don't think it's a 3 candle box, but yeah, it's not. It's not. But this right here. XRP breaking its last support is what was giving me the red is the first thing that I look for now and pay attention to let me know where the market's really gonna go. You can see here last week we ended up breaking through this support that I was holding on to. That was the first red flag. So even though Ethereum and Bitcoin are still holding certain prices, XRP just broke its crucial price of 190, which that's giving me the red flag. And also if this stage doesn't break above that, we continue with it. It's just telling me that most likely tomorrow we are gonna have some sort of bad news. And crypto is telling you right now, they're positioning right now. Otherwise, we're gonna maintain right here, and as we get at nighttime, have some sort of pull up. But if by tomorrow, 5 in the morning, or even tonight by 1 in the morning, if we're still in the same area, or even 5, depending. Let me look at this shit right here. Yeah, this we closed last week. I didn't fucking mark it. It's a week, so I mark it with the blue. And then I have this right here, fuck, because that's the last support that we have. So let me go higher. Oh, this one right here. So this is our last support that we have. Otherwise, we break this, and we go to no, and then this will be your fucking buying zone. If we hold this, this could be your fucking buying zone. This is the 3 monthly 50 Fibonacci. 3 monthly 50 Fibonacci. We gotta hold this, stay above, otherwise we go below it and we keep on sinking on down. And it's probably gonna be right here. Watch. Yeah, somewhere here. So this makes sense for the market to create support. Once now that it's in here, this is your area to pay attention to. 159 or 160. 160 to 190. I mean, yeah, to 190. Very important to hold 160. Otherwise, there's gonna be a sweet fucking discount for the market for crypto. If it falls, it's gonna be a sweet discount. A lot of people are gonna panic. Why did XRP do this? Why did Bitcoin do this? Why did Ethereum do that? When the market is going up, normally the market crypto follows Bitcoin. Stupid. Crypto follows the market, but ever since that day, October 10th, I think it was, whatever, when the market fucking fell down and Bitcoin and all these coins went down like 80, 70% on down. That was like disconnection. And then from there, it's been on its own, thinking, all right, you guys, now we can leave it. The market is going to do what the market always has done. So now they're going to be mindful. Why is Bitcoin going down when the market is going up? Is this it for Bitcoin? Is it for Ethereum? Why is gold and silver going up? Should I take my money out and go back to silver, gold, and Ethereum? Because Bitcoin and XRP and all these coins that's the end of them? Or should I just keep holding and going down while silver and gold keep fucking flying? Or what if silver and gold just went down to 66? Silver went to 60, I believe, so whatnot. So 70. Noise. 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 So right here, also as a investor trader, where the fuck you or people are seeing this shit, a lot of people don't know about candles. So a lot of people are seeing this shit right here. You gotta remember that a bunch of these people that are buying gold and silver are old people. It's rare that you have youngsters now paying attention to gold and silver and whatnot. So this is what they see. They can't see the candle formation. They can't see the. So when they see this shit, they see like, oh shit, it's going down. See, now they're panicking here because they're seeing that their Bitcoin and whatnot, sucker Bitcoin is going down, but silver and gold are going also. Now, should they take advantage of the dip and buy it? Well, that's the same mindset you should have had with crypto. So if you're seeing red in crypto and your mindset to sell, what makes you think that people are gonna see silver and gold and be like, oh shit, silver and gold are also fine. Maybe I should buy it. No, they're probably thinking this is probably the peak. It's probably oversold. This is that. But it's just fucking people taking positions. Taking positions for tomorrow. No data has come out, right? No data has come out. Nobody has tweeted, hey, the market is going down. Hey, we got bad news. All it's doing is investors positioning themselves, liquidating and positioning themselves. That's all it is. And you can see the support in this region right here. What I want to see, I want to see this beautiful. So we're gonna have a three candle box right here. First candle, your support, your resistance. Second one giving you your support. The third one's gonna open somewhere down here. The Fed's gonna do its thing, its talk, and you're gonna see a crazy fucking shoot up or close somewhere here in this area here. The third one, and then from there the market's gonna continue just consolidating the region, or the third one's gonna open, and we're gonna continue going on down, and then closing somewhere here at 66 tomorrow if we have bad news. I can see that happening, especially with this big fucking week and this big drop that he did right now. If you really wanted that bullishness to keep on going, this right, and especially with this big wave right here, to show or make us feel this bullishness, you would have closed some, not closed, but been just halfway here and buying that up. But the fact that it shot up, especially in the morning when I saw it, I was like, it's probably gonna be a drop tomorrow. We're probably gonna drop, especially fucking within hours of the market opening. I think. Let's see, Friday, Sunday. So we Sunday after that market. Actually, no. I mean, Friday once the market opened on Friday too. This crazy pushing up, and then this right here yesterday. I was like, I'm most likely gonna keep on going on down. Because I believe there was a three candle box for me somewhere here. I think it was a 12-hour candle. Notice how it just held. Notice how it just, after going down, just maintained that pressure, whatnot. Regardless, you guys, regardless, we're gonna close on red. It's gonna be interesting. So no three candle boxes for silver. Nope. The only three candle box gonna be this daily. for gold. I love gold. Yeah, that's why I feel we're gonna go on down. Just these drops that silver and gold did, it doesn't show me bullishness. It shows me trapped. It shows me trapped. The Fed's gonna talk tomorrow, and the market's gonna continue. And all these fucks are either gonna be holding still, or these smart fucks went for a sell, and they're gonna keep on holding. So either tomorrow we're gonna have some sort of wick to fucking get scare these fuckers off that went in maybe on here, 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 and just take them out, or we just gonna stay here and with the fear tomorrow just continue going on down and closing here, closing somewhere down here. This is what silver and gold are telling me how they move, like that pushing up and then that draw fucking down heavy. And I'm like, ugh. I'll be panicking if I was gonna fucking buy right here. Fuck yeah, I would have. But what else I want to pay attention to is the dollar, because this right here, I said gold would rally after it closes here, and fuck yeah, it did. This is the next area, bigger fucking move below if the dollar breaks this. So I believe with this drop that the silver, gold and silver are gonna do, you gotta see the dollar in this up in this region or whatnot. And depending on what news or whatever happens, it's gonna start once it start dropping and getting back inside this box. That's when you're gonna start seeing gold start rallying. You gotta see the dollar going back. It's gonna create some sort of uh move like this. Especially if we keep starts rejecting here, you gotta start seeing it going on down. But once it gets to the region right here, you're gonna see fucking silver in the hundredth easily. When it gets down here, you're gonna see silver in the hundred. It's already fucking at 80 or some shit. Look at that. Yeah, it got to like 78 or something. I wouldn't be surprised if gold would hit fucking 100 or in the high 90s once the dollar comes down to this region right here. All right, you guys. So besides that, I see that's also the market doing. I see the market just going down, coming to the region, hitting 6,891 or so. But just closing down here in the region. Uh, Same for the Nasdaq. I don't see the Nasdaq. Yeah, same for the Nasdaq. It's gonna create support in this region right here. This is before the government open. This is after the government open. So it's gonna create support in this region right here. But it will close on red. Same with Bitcoin. Same with Ethereum. No three kind of marks forming, and then that's why Bitmine. Keep an eye on Bitmine. Bitmine tells you where crypto's gonna go. So as long as Bitmine is right here, once I saw Bitmine stay in these regions, I was like, oh, okay, we're probably most likely gonna go for a dump. Otherwise, you want to see once Bitmine started fucking breaking out from here, especially this area here, and we stay below that, that's when I was like, okay, as long as Bitmine doesn't fucking shoot up above this area right here at 30 again, crypto's gonna go down. Signaling me that crypto's gonna go down, and especially where it's at, definitely gonna go down, you guys. Also, don't believe none of the fucking hype about what made fucking Bitcoin go down, or I keep seeing a whole bunch of uh Coinbase and so liquidate hundreds of dollars as that's what the market. That's not why the fucking market goes down. All that fucking shit is stupid as fuck. That's only a fucking. They only do that uh to have something to point the finger at. They're saying, hey, look, Coinbase and then just dumped right at the same time the market was going down, and that's why it went down. So you're saying that these motherfuckers only move the market once, twice per day or whatnot at a certain time, These moves happen every single fucking day. That's why when I started seeing the market and I'm starting like, damn, that's coincidence. Isn't that crazy how like, first of all, we all get taught how the market moves because there's buyers and sellers. So you tell me the buyers and sellers, or especially the last seller or the last buyer, ended up just so happened to make a trade that moved the market right to a precise weekly price or weekly monthly price or daily price, and it would just so happen to be a Friday and it closed right at where the week prior closed. So the last investor put in the right fucking money to make the market close at the right fucking price, or the last investor, would it be a buyer or seller that was in the forward candle before the forward candle closed, it went in right with the right amount to make it close right underneath a daily or a weekly or a monthly. I shouldn't just be closing random as fuck, but when you start seeing the graph, like, well, yeah, well, these, they're closing all over the place, so it's not really. But when you look at the whole view, where the forward kind of closes, where the one that it all starts adding up, like, yo, they start closing, and especially with the Fibonacci, you start seeing like, damn, it closed right where the Fibonacci was at, like on the 50 Fibonacci of the daily or the weekly. So you tell me that the last investor put in their money, and they say, whoa, look at that. It's like when you're pouring water, you have a cup, and you pour water, and then the last person comes, and there's only a little bit of fucking of the cup left, and he goes, oh, look, right there, right there. Perfect. Just perfect. Look, right in the line. So you mean to tell me that they went in like, oh, I'm gonna buy 24 shares, 154 shares, 154,000 shares, and that should bring the price right up to the NASDAQ, right up to $25,000. Just like I wanted to. No, it's these fucking banks and hedge funds moving this shit to the price they want. And then they know you're looking at a certain price. They know how to fucking move. Why? Because you fucking go on these courses. You don't think the banks and the hedge funds like are aware how you guys think, aware how we the people think. You don't think they have infiltrated or have sources or have it's the common knowledge. If the common fucking research thinks like this, sees this, and it's getting taught this, then we're gonna work this way. Meanwhile, you're fucking still working the same way because you're just copying and pasting, all these influencers copy and pasting, and they have their own fucking stupid reason why Bitcoin went up, why Bitcoin went down. You know how many fucking good news there's every single day of Bitcoin and still goes down or doesn't shoot up like crazy or whatnot because manipulated. But the people that don't know this shit, they see it go down, they panic, they sell. What the price. And that's what the banks know. The banks know that you only worry about the price. The price, the price, the price, the price. Did it good, price must be good. Price must go up. But I'm gonna let you go because pretty much the market's gonna close on red. Yeah, the market's gonna close on red. I'm gonna come back most likely at 12 o'clock to give an update. But regardless, I believe it's just gonna close on red. And you're not gonna see no at 11 o'clock. You're not gonna see some sort of moving up, and you're not gonna see the S&P close at 6,919. You're gonna see it closing somewhere in the region. I'm pretty sure two people in here. I can't see. What is the chat for views? Oh, but yeah, thanks for those of you two that are watching. But the market isn't gonna really do nothing. It's gonna stay on red. People are just scared. People just position themselves. That's about it. For those of you that saw me, this is Brian Seacrest. Signing the fuck out. All right, give me time, people, give me time. Slow.